What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm going to help you win another Forza trial. This week we have Trick or Treat. It is a cross-country event for off-road vehicles tuned to A spec, and the vehicle I decided to use is one that is relatively hard to come by unless you have already won it in a seasonal event. Nonetheless, I will go ahead and show the footage and all the stuff that I gathered using this vehicle. It is the 1974 Hoonigan Ford Bronco, and the tune I made for it is called Dirt. I'll show it on the screen right now along with the share code. Previously, I had a tune for this vehicle called Balance, which is also probably still in directory if you look up the tunes by Be Drifty. It's good, but I think this one, it makes it a little faster, which just in turn makes it better, I think. This was made for one of the developer seasonal events we had a couple months back. It was like weird route-to-route dirt racing for the off-road vehicles, but it still works wonders in cross-country. I think it's the best handling vehicle in the class for A spec. I think it's just a wonderful vehicle. It's a pleasure to drive, but it is very, very hard to come by. You cannot get this in the auto show. You would have had to have gotten it in a previous seasonal event or a wheel spin or something like that. I looked prior to making this video if it was available in the auction house. It is not. So if you don't have it, you're probably going to have to go with something else. If you do have it, I recommend throwing this tune on and giving it a go, because it is very easy to drive and you're going to have a blast using it. However, since this is hard to come by, I have some additional tunes I will share with you guys. One being for... let's see, what year is it? For the 1975 Ford Bronco. I made a tune for that one as well. It is called Off-Road Ace. I'll show that along with the share code. Also, I think this is a faster Ford Bronco than a Hoonigan Bronco, although it's a lot harder to handle. It kind of feels like what I imagined riding a real Bronco would be like. It's kind of choppy. The suspension, no matter how soft you make it, no matter how high you make the suspension travel, the ride height, it's a pretty rough ride. If you can learn how to handle it, like I said, it's faster than Hoonigan Bronco. So this is also another choice. Another vehicle I can recommend, I'll also show the setup for it. It is a 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. My tune for it is called A800 Off-Road. I will show that on the screen right now along with the share code. It's also very good. I'm not really a big fan of like the bigger, heavier trucks, but this one, it's still pretty solid. I like it. I like it more than the F-150s or the Chevy Colorado, things of that nature. Another sleeper tune I'm going to have is for the 2018 Mini Cooper John Cooper Works Countryman All 4. That is a mouthful. My tune for it is called Rally. I'll show it on screen right now. It will kind of suck for the first race. At the very end, we get that water splash feature. It might be kind of annoying, but for the rest of it, for races 2 and 3, this thing's probably a breeze to drive. Another vehicle that is extremely hard to come by, though. Like, if you can find it on the auction house, but it is very expensive. It's a couple million, might even be more than that at this point. But if you have that vehicle for some reason as well, I also recommend giving this a go. I'm sharing all these tunes with you because, like I said, the vehicle I use is hard to come by. So I included 3 more for other vehicles that I like in the class that I have tunes for. Other than those vehicles that I somewhat like in this class, the Jeep Gladiator, which is the prize vehicle for this week. If you have that, it's a very good vehicle with the right tune. The Mercedes-Benz X-Class with the right tune's good. Any of the Ford Raptors are good. The Barrett-Jackson Ford Bronco is good if you have the DLC pack for that. A lot of people are going to use like the Ram TRX Rebels or the Ram Power Wagons. They're fine. If you like bigger trucks, they're fine. I'm looking through the off-road vehicles right now in my game. For A, there's not really a whole lot left that I haven't mentioned that I like for A. You can, like the CJ5 Renegade, the Jeep CJ5 is fun, but has a tendency to roll over, so you got to be careful if you give that thing a go. A lot of people use the Nissan Titan. You can pick pretty much any vehicle in this class with the right tune and be competitive. This isn't that difficult of a trial event to win, unlike last week's, which was kind of annoying. This one's pretty easy. Race 1, the AI tends to be kind of good. There's at least 1 or 2 that'll be kind of good, but races 2 and 3, the AI is not very good at all. If you can get by their initial swerving back and forth, going off track, cutting back on track, get out in front, you're going to cruise to victory. This is not a hard trial at all. It's actually kind of fun. I'm glad it wasn't one that was annoying and took a lot of retries, a lot of effort, and good teammates, because really your teammates are going to probably hold their own in this event. Excuse me. Well, let me know down in the comments what vehicle you ultimately decided to go with and had success with. Let me know if you plan on using the Gladiator after obtaining it, and get all the rest of the events done. And I'll see you guys next week for a winter event.